As men grow older, especially after reaching 60 or 70, the world around them begins to change in a way they never expected. Society, and sometimes even their own families, starts to look at them with a sense of pity if they find themselves living alone. There is this unspoken assumption that without a partner or a crowded house, a man is somehow lost, incomplete, or suffering in silence. People see the empty rooms and assume there is a void of happiness, believing that a man at this age is no longer capable of thriving on his own. But the real problem isn't living alone. The problem is the stigma that follows this life choice. While the world sees isolation, the wise man sees a sanctuary. While others see loneliness, he sees self-sovereignty. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on the truth that society hides about older men living solo, and 5 surprising facts that every senior and their loved ones need to understand. The first truth is the death of the myth of the lost man. There is a persistent cliché that a man without a woman to care for him will fall into neglect. However, the reality is quite the opposite. Many men in their 70s discover an incredible sense of self-discipline. The home transforms from a place of constant negotiation into a private headquarters. They begin to organize their time, their diet, and their rest based on the rhythm of their own bodies rather than the demands of others. This independence isn't a sign of struggle, it is the ultimate act of taking responsibility for one's own soul and physical health. The second truth is that silence is not a void, but a form of healing. Why do the wise prefer quiet? Because after decades of noise, career pressures, and endless debates, they have realized that constant talking drains the spirit. A man living alone doesn't suffer from the silence, he feeds on it. In this stillness, memory begins to organize itself, and thoughts become crystal clear. Psychology shows that this, conscious solitude, acts as a powerful natural sedative for the nervous system, lowering blood pressure and providing a mental clarity that is impossible to find in a crowded life. The third truth is the liberation from the mask of strength. Throughout his entire life, a man is told he must be the provider, the protector, and the unshakable pillar. When he lives alone in his later years, that mask finally falls away. He becomes free to express his true feelings to himself, and free to pursue simple hobbies that he once feared might look trivial to others. This freedom from the expectations of the public eye is what gives a man a renewed sense of lightness. It is a psychological rebirth where he finally stops living for the gallery and starts living for the truth. The fourth truth is that love reshapes itself. Living alone does not mean living without love. In fact, it often means a man has more energy to offer genuine, unconditional love to his grandchildren, his oldest friends, or his community because he is no longer exhausted by small, daily domestic conflicts. Love at this age becomes qualitative rather than quantitative. He spends time with those he truly values and quietly withdraws from those who drain his energy. He is no longer looking for someone to complete him because he has found completeness within his own peace. The fifth and most important truth is that peace is far more valuable than shallow company. Ultimately, living alone after 60 is not a tragedy, it is perhaps the most honest chapter of a man's life. It is a time of total self-governance. If you are living this chapter right now, remember that you are not being left behind, you are moving ahead into a space of clarity and self-respect that took a lifetime to earn. You aren't alone, you are finally in the company of the person you spent 70 years getting to know, yourself. If this perspective resonates with you, or if you know a wise man living this journey, share your thoughts in the comments and join us as we continue to explore the power of a strong mindset.